Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Mohammed. We continue our training and preparation for Elastic Certified Observability Engineer exam. And today we will start with a new topic. We will start with structuring and processing data. And the first topic we will see, or the first point we're gonna cover today, is using Kibana to edit or define an ingest node pipeline, right? I will start with the ingest node pipeline, and then we will talk about the different processors that we have in ingest pipeline and the logic, how it works. And finally, we will see how we use Kibana to edit or define a new ingest pipeline, right? With that being said, let's jump to this time I have a slide. So what's, if you are not familiar with the ingest or with the ingest pipeline. So we saw in all the videos that we are collecting the data from different resources, whatever it's logs, metrics, telemetries like APM, Elastic Agent, whatever the type of the information. We can send it directly to Elastic or Elasticsearch and save it. Or one of the powerful tools in Elasticsearch is the ingest pipeline, right? We can interact or we can manipulate and modify our data before we send it to Elasticsearch. And this is like a really powerful feature from Elastic. Like, instead of sending the data to Elasticsearch, save it there, and after that do the modification and reindex, it will take time and disk and the energy, like, to do all the work. Like, we can do it on the fly. Like, before we start it in Elasticsearch, we do whatever we want, which is manipulation. We want to add, we want to modify, we want to delete some fields, change the type, and so on and so forth. To do this work, we have, as I said, the ingest pipeline, right? So we go to our environment. To go to the ingest pipeline, you go to stack management, and here on the top you see ingest pipeline. You click on ingest pipeline. By default, if you can see here, we have a lot of ingest pipelines. Here I see 50, and here I don't know, like maybe 20. So if you can see, like, let's say this, all are coming from logs, for example, from our Elastic Agent. So if you click, for example, on this ingest pipeline, you will see what this ingest pipeline will do. So you see a processor, and this is the let's say the processor is the thing that do the work, do the manipulation, do the modification, right? And in terms of processors, we have a lot of type of processors. So we will see a few of them later, but for now we will see what we have. So this is what we have as a pipeline. If we want, for example, to modify one, we click on edit, and here we go. We have our pipeline here, right? So this is the name. We cannot change it. This is description. You can add description, and this is the processor. In the processor, we have multiple things here. Like, if you already have a processor and you want just to import it here, so you can click and import the processor. If you want to add, then you click on add a processor, and here you will see what we have as a type of processors. So look, we have a long list of processors. So if we go to our documentation, and you will read, like, let's say you are not familiar with, let's say, what is it? Let's say convert, right? So you don't know what's convert do. So you click here on convert documentation, and it will redirect you to the official documentation of this processor, which is convert, right? So you find a description here, what is doing, and here all the details, and here some example of this processor. Just an important point is, like, you have to make sure that you are in the right version. So again, currently is the version of 8.8. If there is a new version, then you have to modify the version of the documentation from here, right? The same with the other ingest pipeline. So let's say we choose another one. let's say bytes, for example. So here it will redirect us to the official documentation, so description and this some details. If you want, so there is like here a processor reference, and this is documentation of all the processors that we have that we can use in our ingest node pipeline, right? And for the production, this is not for the exam. If you are using it in production or test environment, you have to have at least one ingest node. So this is completely another story, like we discussed in the previous videos about it, like the type of the nodes, and we should have at least one ingest node to be able to do this work. All right, like if we want to modify, so you click here and you want to add a condition, you add a tag, you ignore the failure, the failure, and so on and so forth. So here you do the modification and you click update, and here you save your pipeline, and here we go, you have saved this. So this is the first part. Where is the, so they said how to edit an ingest pipeline. So this is how we easily edit our ingest pipeline. Now let's create our own. Let's create the first ingest pipeline, and you keep in mind that in the next, not this video, this one, we will take all of them one by one. This maybe 10 or more ingest pipelines. So we will take one by one, and we give example, and we define, or we give an example for each ingest pipeline, right? So let's start. So I will create an index. Let's remove this. So I will create an index and call it exam preparation, for example, and I will put a document and ID of the document, and here I will say size is just a field, right? Sorry. So I go like this, size, and here I will give this size, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I click here, it will run. What this will do, will create an index and give it default settings and parameters for this index, and we'll create document in this index, and we put these values in the index. So as you can see, this is the index, this is the ID of the document, this is a version, and so on and so forth. If I want to get the exam, for example, mapping, I can just run like this, and here I have the mapping of this index. So as you can see, this is the field, and it's type text, and also we have size.keyword, which is keyword, right? Remember this, we will create our own or our first ingest pipeline. So click on create new pipeline, give it a name, pipeline, description. So here we will add our first processor. I will go to convert, for example. So what I want to do is, you remember, like we create, let me open it in another tab. So we create a document, or this is, as we saw here, this is a text and the keyword. I want to create a new field that have the same value, or the same value, but the type should be number, should be an integer, should be a float, not text as it is here, right? So how we can do this? So here we specify the field. So this is the field, sorry. So I want to change it to integer, or I would just do float, for example. I want to tag this field, pipeline test, for example. If you want to your ingest pipeline or processor keep working even if there is any missing field, right? So you can enable this one, or you can keep it disabled. So this is your choice, or depend on the exam. If they ask you to ignore the missing document, then you just click and it will enable the this one. Condition: if you want to apply this processor in certain fields or documents, not on the others, then here you can specify the conditions. Here, if you want to also tag the processor, then you can add also tag here. Let's just add it, copy paste the same tag. And here, if the processor itself failed, you like there's two ways. Even it will crash and stop, right? Or it will ignore, like keep moving, like okay, this happened, keep working, don't stop. So we'll add, right? And now let's test our processor. So to be able to test it, you can see here add a document, right? And like you can put the JSON file of your document, or you can import it from the index. So our index is, what's the name again? So we just copy paste the name of the index, right? And the document is the ID is 1, right? I will click on add document. This is the document. Now I will run the pipeline, and we'll see the output, right? So this is the output. We don't have any failure, right? And this is the output of our processor. So it's create a new field with this name, pipeline text, and this is the type. It's number, not text. You see, it's not between double quotes. It's like this, right? If you want to see, or this is a test, right? And this is, if you click on create, then here we go. So here we have our ingest pipeline. So if we run, or if we search here we have our ingest pipeline, right? So this is how to create our ingest pipeline. Right now, we just create it and we test it locally, right? Now, if I go back to our index, let's stay here. So if I go and run search like this, so we have one document, right? We have just one document, and the document that we insert here. Now, if I want to apply this ingest pipeline on this field, we have many ways to do, right? We have many ways to do this, but in the next video we will see how we use the integration, or how we use the integration from Elastic Agent to use this ingest pipelines. Right, with that being said, let me know in the comment section if you have any question, and we'll see you in the next video.